So, to the church, family, colleagues, and friends, good afternoon. So as Dr. Yala has mentioned, OHAGA SPALA is my name, and I'm here representing the former RDO staff. So in a special way, those that have left RDO and along RDO staff, kindly please rise one more time. Thank you, and we can resume our seats. So as a representative of former staff of Dr. Kawango, allow me to recognize other former senior managers. Anodero, our head of finance, Cyprus Odhiambo, our head of administration. We have technical advisors. Stephen Ojowi was here. Caleb Owino was here. Rose Adhiambo was here. Thank you, Rose. And Sylvia Achieng was here. Thank you, Sylvia. And Rachel Apondi, the dream girl, was here. Thank you. So please allow me to read this letter that I've written to Kawango. So dear Daktari, your former staff called you by many names: Professor, Doctor, Mama, Mama Gifto, else. I call you Daktari. Daktari, as I stand before this, I'm reminded of the verse, good, faithful servant. You have been faithful with few things. I'll put you in charge of me. Come and share your master's happiness. This verse perfectly talks about your life, marked by commitment, sacrifice, excellence. Your legacy, leadership, and compassion has been a guiding for all of us. Take you back to the memories. So in January, I applied for the position of coordinator at Impact, where you are the director. In February, I received an invitation for a written interview by Susan Maua. And Susan is here with us. Fast forward, a week later, I interviewed with you. After that, I faced another written interview. The process was rigorous, bordering on torture, but later understood why on such thoroughness. A second fast forward. 2 weeks later, Evelyn Opio informed me that I was successful, though I was offered the M&D officer instead of the opportunity coordinator. To help me integrate into HIV programming, you sponsored my attendance at the 2008 University of Nairobi collaborative meeting. On March 2008, I started as inaugural M&E officer, marking the beginning of a 13-year journey under your guidance, filled joy, triumphs, and a future. Satisfied with my performance, you promoted me to a programs officer, then to programs in 2016 to head of programs and your deputy. Daktari, if you want to see a leader to trust and case study, it takes a mountain to earn your trust. I was one of those who only not earned your trust, but maintained it through when you left us. People wondered loudly how I worked with Dr. Kawango for such a long period of time. They would say, Omera, itek. Mama no queen, ke no tijetek. Honestly, I have no answer. If I was a Gen Z, I would say ni Mungu too. I was one of the longest serving direct reports. Daktari, while minister found you harsh, you saw yourself as strict. A conversation starting with the last time I checked signals something was wrong. You often reminded us not to make you hit the roof. You are a perfectionist, returning work for revisions until you met your standards. Yes? Okay. Some staff will cry, but will later tell them to cry as much as they want, but after the tears, you will continue from where you left. Speed was crucial, those who are slow had to step aside. Despite admitting your disorganization, at least you admired my organizational skills. Daktari, you trusted me to lead IRIDO's program portfolio, and the solid team, most of whom are here, we exceeded your expectations. We managed 5 prime awards, annual budgets of $12 million, 18 sub-awards, and 2 implementation SaaS grants. So I'll pass some of this so that we will save time on my case.
No, I'm not.
So Daktari, under your leadership, IRIDO became the largest provider of VMMC across 12 counties in Kenya. We were the largest provider of community HTS in the former Nyanza province. We were the lead partner in the first VMMC RRI. We worked with over 1,000 regular staff, 600 volunteers in 12 counties. We managed annual budget of $12 million. We ventured into West Pokot and Turkana despite hardships and insecurities. In Nairobi, we initiated VMMC services so quickly that we had to apologize to senior MOH staff for seemingly overlooking them. You always said we had no godfather and were not affiliated to any Western university. We simply worked hard, thought in Luo, and wrote in English. God blessed us with multiple grants. I will pass some of these so that we save time. Daktari, if you recall, you once declined to sign an audit report by PwC due to disagreements over wording. Eventually, you signed it shingo upande. Despite the BSA findings being challenging, we turned them into a milestone when CDC returned an audit-free finding in 2019. You tasked Eric and Wekogeda, both who are here, to treat us to a party for a job well done. Daktari, they have not, and we continue to wait. So Daktari, as they say, work all the time drains your spirit. In the form of a retreat, you gave staff time to have fun, bond, and make merry, if not babies. We started small, by a retreat to Mbita, followed by Homa Bay, Kakamega, Nakuru, Naivasha, and the grand finale in Mombasa. Several of your staff was their last time to swim in the ocean. We were so many that we became a serious threat along the beaches, and the Kenya police had to verify who these Watwabara were. Daktari, you are also human, and on many occasions, you are truly shaken. And you threatened to abandon RDO and take up a teaching job at Maseno University. By the way, I hope that chance is still there, I can take it up. However, for your love of your staff, you made you stay. The challenges, including project funds being stolen, led to intense scrutiny from CDC. You handled it very honestly, and you are forgiven but placed on manual drawdown. When we faced tax arrears demands from KRA, our case was vindicated at Tax Appeals Tribunal. When our NGO board situation was threatened, we worked hard to regularize our documents. When we failed to secure additional funding from CDC 2008, it was difficult, but we maintained a brave face. Daktari, you led by example. We worked up to very late. We worked until 6 a.m., went home to freshen up, change clothes, and returned to continue working. We would work through the weekend, after church on Sunday, or miss church altogether. When duty called, leave was alien. At one point, we had leave days of over 120. You joked about your behind being on fire. One thing that you assured was available during this night escapades was food. We ate and ate. Not what was available, but what we desired. A packet of pick and peel juice was always on our desks. I remember your chicken had to be crispy and chips dry. Your favorite mandazi and chicken wings, courtesy of Iconia. Not only, I'm almost done, don't worry. Not only food, but we left the office. When we left the office late, you were truly concerned with our safety. The taxi could drop us home of our choice, both registered and clandestine. And when we felt safe, you provided additional escort by KK guards and Kenya police. At 3 a.m., when spouses called the head office to confirm that their partners were truly at work, you gladly accepted to be put on speakerphones and assured them that they are on duty. Daktari, You exemplified simplicity. You never introduce yourself with titles and always prioritize your staff. When having means to procure luxurious Prados, you choose double cabs for your staff. We were known for old vehicles. You ensured that staff salary raises were favored for lower job grades, with yourself receiving the least. Daktari, when funding decreased, you envisioned raising funds through for-profit initiatives. We established a profit-making arm of RDO and explored options, settling on hostel and a free home. Although you didn't live to see this initiation of the latter, your vision was clear. As I conclude, your goal was for RDO to move to its own headquarters at Tiengde, Kisumu. Again, thank you, Daktari, for trusting me with this project. It was a 98 million actual masterpiece. We made significant progress, completing drawings and securing approvals. During your last visit, you imagined sitting at the outdoor gazebo and, in your own words, partaking kuono muogo with obambo, laced with moralenya, a side dish of alot muto, and washed down with guava juice from Assembly Republic. Sadly, you never saw the ground broken. And I trust my successor, Jacob, whom I'm sure is here, will not let you down, and we'll see that project succeed. Daktari, allow me to conclude by Genesis chapter 37. Jacob tore his clothes, put on a sackcloth, and mourned his son for many days. When the sad news hit us, as a former staff spread over the globe, we truly mourned. But unlike Jacob, son of Isaac, not son of Onyango, we did not don sackcloths. Instead, about 1,300 of your former staff congregated virtually and celebrated your legacy in a very special way. Through you, we were truly overwhelmed by blessings. Each of the thousands of staff will have written a book about how you impacted their lives through personal development, education, ventures, and many more. Yet, despite these milestones, we remember you that every project has a divine element, and as you often reminded us. In closing, I say thank you, Daktari, for your immense impact on the life and the lives of the countless IRIDO staff gathered here, joining us virtually, and those in spirit. Your legacy to continue guide us as we build on these foundations you laid. And to our current colleagues at RDO, specifically the management supported by the board. We continue to pray for God's grace to steer IRDO in the absence of Daktari. We bid you bye, Daktari, by the lyrics of Will Wooton's Till We Meet Again. Go well, Daktari, till we meet again. You are sincerely OHAGA SPALA.